As Adam was looking for a way, searching for a way to survive, as he had visions of his death, it always would end with Charlie or Lucifer. As he began to become scared, he realized something. Hell would unite against him, and hell was simply too strong. And heaven would always send a few soldiers down, but they'll never commit to a full army, and without that, he couldn't win. But maybe he could fight fire with fire. He began to search through magic, and would find something called biomagic. Biomagic was unique. You see, it's magic from different organisms put together that can make their own cells. These cells will develop. They're usually made for making monstrosities or monsters or mutants. However, they weren't really that strong and they needed DNA from powerful magical beings. So the project was kind of cancelled. But what if he could bring it back? Adam would research biomagic, as then he would have the exorcist hide and collect DNA samples. As he waited, he would have these visions 5 years before the events of the show, as he would start to work on it and start to work on Cell. As he collected all their DNA, Cell would then start to develop in a tank. As Cell had the DNA of Lucifer, Charlie, and all of the greatest and most powerful beings in all of hell, and even a few in heaven like Adam and Lut. As eventually Cell would develop, Adam would send him off, as he would start out as a larvae in hell. Cell would bury himself deep below the surface as years would pass, as then Cell would come up a month before the pilot, as he was imperfect. And keep in mind, since this Cell is made from the DNA of people in this universe, he's not nearly as powerful as the Cell in the Dragon Ball universe, before I see any comments saying he can easily 1v1 these people. Cell was extremely weak right now, though. He didn't understand how to master his powers. However, he had a unique ability. When he absorbed someone, he absorbed their power. So, he decided to walk around and absorb people. As he walked up to a hellhound, he would say, "Watch it," as then Cell would stab into him with his tail and absorb him, as he would start to laugh, as he felt the power course through his veins. As then a small gang would attack him, he would absorb all of them. As then he would hide in the shadows. Cell didn't want to go to city like in Dragon Ball, because there's a lot of powerful people here. But he would absorb little person after little person, gang after gang, group after group, gaining more and more power, as eventually he would want to go after a big fish. Someone who was powerful when it came to magic. However, they were not too strong. Someone like a noble. If he started to absorb nobles here and there, this would increase his power. He wanted to become strong enough to absorb Charlie. His goal was to absorb Charlie and Lucifer to become perfect. But even though Charlie was inexperienced and he could probably attack her now, or maybe just manipulate her to try to get her, this could always backfire. And he knew that it wouldn't be easy. It's better just to get strong enough to do it himself. As Cell would start to sneak into a Goetia house, the house of Stolas and Stella. As they were arguing all night, Stolas would go out for a breather on the balcony. Stolas looked down from the balcony, he would sigh and simply smile. It's been a long day, and well, he's been exhausted, but at least he has Octavia, at least he has a daughter that loves him. And well, he also has Blitz, but their relationship is complicated. But that didn't matter. None of it mattered. As Cell would sneak up behind him, Stolas would turn around. Cell would say, "I really need to work on my stealth magic." "Oh well, hopefully your magic powers will help with that." As Stolas would say, "What the F are you? I am Cell, soon to be perfect." As he would simply smirk, Stolas would use magic to light him on fire as it burnt away his skull. As Cell would fall down, Stolas would say, "That was anticlimactic," as he would stand up and his head would regenerate. Then his tail was open, as he would absorb Stolas and attain all of his power. As then he would walk in to their house. As Stella would say, "What the F are you? What kind of creature are you?" As she would start to scream at Cell, Cell would say, "Shut up," as he would absorb her too. Then Octavia, as he would go to noble families, absorbing them one by one, as he felt all this power course through his veins, but it wasn't enough. He needed more. Eventually, though, after absorbing noble after noble, they started to get suspicious, as people was after this strange person. Some people thought it was some powerful overlord. Others thought it was another ring. Some thought he was even heaven. No one knew who was doing it. But it was time for Cell to absorb Charlie. As we cut to Charlie, it's been a while after the pilot. As they were having a meeting about the hotel, Cell would burst down the door. As Cell bursted down the door, everyone would look shocked as Charlie would say, "Are you here to join the hotel?" Cell would smirk. He thought he had enough power to force through them all, and he still thinks so. but maybe he can play this little game. As Cell would say, yes, I am interested. As Vaggie would feel energy, her energy, Charlie's energy, all these different energies, so would Charlie. They felt off easy about this, but he didn't seem malicious. Cell was able to hide his malicious intent because of Charlie's DNA and her kindness. As Cell walked up to Charlie, though, he was about to absorb her when suddenly Alistair would grab him with tentacles and say, I don't know who you are, but I'm your brother. As Cell would then stretch out his arm and punch him back, as he would grow big just like Alistair would, as he would grab Alistair and start to hold him tightly. As Alistair couldn't move, Charlie would throw an angelic spear at Cell. As this would hit him in the chest, he would fall down, as no one can regenerate from that, except for Cell. As he got up, as his chest regenerated, Vaggie would say, how? That was angelic! As Vaggie was shocked, she would drop her spear to the ground. That's impossible. No one can heal from that. True, no demon can, or angel, but if you combine both her DNA, they can heal from anything. Call it a loophole, as then he would tap into his angelic powers, growing angelic wings, flying over, and punching Vaggie in the stomach, as then he threw her through a wall. Charlie would get mad, as she would start to grow horns and charge at Cell, as she began to hit him with all of her might, even damaging him somewhat, but Cell would regenerate. He was running low on stamina, so he had to get this over quickly, as his tail would extend and he would absorb Charlie, as he would become semi-perfect Cell, who would then start to cry. Cell would pick her up as he absorbed Alistair. As Angel would be in the blast cell, nothing would happen, as he would simply let the bullets hit him. Do you see this? Now this is power. As Cell would then begin to laugh. As then he would say, I'll let you live, knowing you failed your girlfriend and the love of your life. As then he would rip her hair off and throw her to the ground as she passed out from the pain. As Angel would begin to cry, he would say, F you, as he would charge at him and punch him. Cell would say, you know, some of me thinks you're hot, since I am made of their DNA, when other parts of me think you're disgusting. I'll figure out how I feel later. As then he flew up into the sky. As now he only knew it was a matter of time for Lucifer to go after him, and he hasn't seen his true power, so he was a bit worried. So he would just go out and absorb as strong as demons as he can find. As eventually, Lucifer would hear the news, as he became angered, as him and Satan would go out to fight Imperfect Cell. Perfect Cell was in the streets. He would fly toward Lucifer, as Lucifer would punch him and tap into anger he has never tapped in before. Lucifer has been slowly becoming stronger and stronger over the centuries, because even though he was depressed, he did mental training, which powered up his body. Cell didn't know this, and Cell has grown rapidly, absorbing tons of people, adding them, and not only adding them, but combining them, and absorbing them into his body, and even getting all of Charlie's power, and getting more potential than Lucifer. But just all that time, just not enough. As Lucifer would start to beat up on Cell, Satan would stand there and say, why am I here? Lucifer would say, to make sure that I don't go overboard and destroy everything. As he would start to beat him up, Cell would regenerate. He would get Zenkais from it, but it wasn't enough. As Cell would say, Satan, help me. I know you want to be in charge. I know you want the power. Lucifer sits there and does nothing all day, and he's the king of hell. You should be the king. Heck, on Earth, they talk like you're the same person. You hold the same level of respect, but he doesn't view you that way. I do. Satan would say, I'm not an idiot. As soon as you absorb him, you'll just kill me. No, I won't. I don't want power. I just want to be perfect. Help me. As then Lucifer would say, are you that dumb? There's no way he would help you. Satan would say, that's right. But then he would grab Lucifer, as he would hold him back. Lucifer didn't expect this. He was easily able to break away, but this would hold him back for a few seconds, as that would be enough for Cell to absorb him and to become perfect. As Cell became perfect, truly immaculate, truly powerful, nothing could stand in his way. He then flew straight towards heaven, as he had a small business to settle. As Cell flew over to heaven, everyone would look shocked, not knowing what he was. As Sarah would say, what is the meaning? As he would flick his fingers, she would be destroyed. As Adam would look at him, as Cell would say, I'm now the king of heaven. Understand? Adam would nod, as he would say, yes. I planned for this. Together we will rule. Cell would say, whatever you say. As long as I get to have fun, that's all that matters. As Cell would smirk. This Cell would have a different personality from the one in Dragon Ball. He wanted to have somewhat amount of power, but he also wanted to have fun. And he clearly enjoyed being perfect, and didn't need to show off endlessly, like the one in DBZ. And that's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I know I did. Cell is definitely one of my favorite Dragon Ball characters. My favorite of all time, though, is Frieza, I'm not going to lie. But Cell is a close second. I really do like the Cell Saga. I think everyone likes the Cell Saga. I also love Has-Been Hotel, so I thought, hey, why not mix them? I used to be a Dragon Ball channel after all, so every once in a while I'll do a Dragon Ball crossover, try to bring it back. I used to try to mix like normal Dragon Ball what ifs with Has-Been ones, but they just didn't do well, so I just gave up. Maybe I could have like done one-shot Dragon Ball what ifs to compete, maybe. Sometimes I regret not doing that sometimes, but hey, it is what it is, and honestly I'm glad where I'm at right now. My channel has come a very far ways, and my channel is only 1 year old, but in 1 year we've gotten 7,000 subs. I hope to get 10,000 by this year, so everyone please hit the subscriber button. And for 10,000 subs, what do you want me to do when I reach that milestone? Please let me know in the comments below, because I don't want to do a face reveal. I think the mystery of me makes it kind of, good, so I don't want to do that. But what do you want me to do? There's many different ideas. Maybe like a special what if, maybe like an hour-long what if, that could be fun, that could be interesting. Maybe something like that. Maybe like mix all my what ifs I've ever done into one video. I mean, I can't do that because YouTube has a rule that you can't make a video longer than a certain amount. Maybe I can make a live stream, but just live stream my what ifs all the time. I don't want my computer on all the time though, because I don't want to waste the electricity bill. I don't know how that would work if my computer's not on, so maybe not that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I'm sure there's something special we can do. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching my content. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means the world to me. I'm glad I have an audience like you, and I'm glad I have people right here, right now. Today was a good day too. And I hope you all have a good night, a good day, whatever time you're watching this. I hope you all enjoy it, and I hope that you feel special, because you're special to me for being here, and you're special for me to supporting me. Peace out. Love you.